Hello friends, my name is Jitu and you are watching Jitu Beats Global. Welcome back to the channel. In previous lecture, we have seen how channel rec works in FL Studio. In today's video, we will see how piano rolls work. Okay, piano roll. To go into the piano roll, you need to click on any sample. You need to right click on any sample and you can click on piano roll. So the piano roll will open up. And now we will detach the channel rec so that we can see the piano roll clearly. So we are in the piano roll. In piano roll, whatever sample you have added in channel rec, you see the name of those samples on the top of the piano roll here. Okay, so here is the kick, here is the clap, here is the hat, and here is the snare, here is the percussion, and all that kind of stuff. So these are the things you can select each and every sample from here, and you will see the patterns you have created in channel rec of that particular sample, and you can change the pitch of that particular sample from dragging it up or dragging it down. Okay, so this is the extremely simple thing. Now if you want to do some extra stuff, like I have to select the hi-hats because we have a lot of patterns in hi-hat. So here is the hi-hat. If you want to do something in hi-hat, then you get a lot of tools over here. Okay, you are seeing these are the tools of the piano roll, and these are extremely helpful tools. We will talk about each and everything in detail here. So first of all, you get this is the option of file, edit, tools. Okay, these are the advanced tool which we will use while we will make beats, but for now we can leave it. Okay, and now this is the tool, like you want to quick chop, you want to quantize your notes. Quantize, what is quantize, we'll see in future videos. When we make patterns using MIDI keyboard, then we usually cannot press the button on time, so the quantize button comes very handy for that. It places all the notes in time with the grid, whatever the grid you have selected, and the articulate, quick legato. We will see all these things in the future videos. Then we have this rinse tool. This rinse tool can be used to quantize the snap setting. Okay, now what kind of snap setting you want to use for making beats, whether you want to use quarter beat, or you want to use 1/3 beat, or 1/2 beat, half beat, or 1/6 beat, or 1/2 step, whether you want to make the beats in a step format. Like if I will select, you can see here that देखो यहाँ पे जो है ना, you are seeing that these are the grids. Okay, these are the grids, and if you will make any pattern, then that will snap to the grid only. If you'll move ahead, then that will go to the next grid, because we have selected what, 1/4 beat. So this is one beat, and we have made 4 part of it. Okay, now you can see 1 2 3 4, these are the 4 parts of the beat. And now if I will click on another thing like 1/3 beat, so this same beat will be divided in 3 parts. If I will click on 1/2 beat and a half beat, then this same thing will be divided in 2 beats, because we have selected 1/2. And if I will select beat, then this will remain one single piece. And like that, if I will create on steps, so 1/2 steps, so that will be divided in 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 part. Okay, so 1/2 step can also be called 1/8 beat. Okay, and if I will click on 1/4, then that will be divided into how many, 16 bars. And if I will select 1/6, then that will be divided into how many, 32, or I think 32. Like you can do the math. I am weak in math. Okay, so I cannot do the math. So these are the things that you can do like this. If you have selected 1/6 step, then you can snap to the 1/6 step like this. Okay, and if you will have this on 1/2, then you can snap to 1/2 beat only. So this is used for making beats and snapping your notes, how you want to snap them. We will use this in when we will make beat making videos. Okay, now this tool is called the helper tool, the stamp tool. This will be used while we will make chords and melodies. These are the helpers which are pre-built in FL Studio, so that if you don't have any knowledge about music theory, you can use these helpers to make chords and melody easily. So we'll see in future videos without any problem. This is the pen tool, draw tool. So you can draw using this. I have to select 1/4 bit. So if you want to draw something, you can draw using the draw tool. Okay, and if you right click on those notes you have drawn, then that will disappear. There's no notes will get erased. Okay, and now this is the pen tool. So the difference between draw tool and pen tool is that the draw tool draws one note at a time, and you have to click again and again and again to draw tools. Okay, but the brush tool, if you will click on one place and keep your mouse placed and drag the mouse, then the notes will get drawn automatically. And if you use the draw tool, and then you will see this arrow logo here. If you will click on this and drag those notes back side, then the length between two notes will get reduced, and the sound like it will sound like this. So you can increase or reduce the length between two notes using this option, and you can experiment and make different kind of hi-hat patterns, different kind of interesting hi-hat patterns. So I will delete this pattern because I have shown it for just for the sake of showing it up. And now this is the paint in drum sequencer mode. Oh, this is the drum sequencer mode paint. So this will paint the whole length of the sequencer, whole length of the snap, like we have here 1/4 beat. If you will click on 1/6 beat, then that will start painting in 1/6 size. Okay, if we have 1/2 beat, then this will start painting in 1/2 beat size. So if you want to paint whole of the beat pattern, empty pattern, then you can use this thing. And thereafter we have the delete tool here. So if you will click on any pattern after clicking on the delete tool, then that pattern will get erased. And we have also mute tool here. Okay, this is the mute tool. You can see that the cross mark is there in front of speaker. That means that this will mute the sound. So if you'll click on any pattern with the mute tool, then that pattern will get muted and that will not sound. So you can mute the pattern without deleting it. You can see that these patterns are not sounding. The sound is coming from these patterns. And if you muted this, then this pattern will not sound. And if you want to unmute the muted pattern, then what you can do is that you can just click on the mute button and click on them again, and that will get unmuted. Okay, and now this is the cut tool, slice tool. This is very handy tool. If you have some note like this, I have this note and this is a long note, and I want to divide it into 4 notes. So what I can do is that if I want to do it manually, then I have to reduce the size of this note, then I have to paint 4 more notes. But what I can do is that I can get a one long note, and then I can select the slice tool, and then I can cut it with this help of slice tool in 4 notes. Then I got 4 notes. Okay, so slice tool is very useful for that purpose. And now the next thing, this is the select tool. If I want to select some part of the notes, then I can click on the select tool, and then I can drag and drop my mouse. So these are these parts are selected. Then if I want to move them, then I can move them each and every one at a time. Okay, I don't need to move each and every one individually. I can move them in combination with each other. Okay, so this is the zoom tool. Next to the select tool, we have the zoom tool. If I click on it, then I can zoom in or out with the help of the tool, so that I can see all the patterns at single time. Okay, and now here is the playback tool. If I will click on this playback tool and I will click on the mouse button and keep the mouse pressed and drag my cursor here and there, and I can listen to the patterns. Okay, so this tool is used for this thing. So these are the tools. And the piano roll have a vertical piano. You can see that this is a vertical piano. You see the normal piano is just like the normal piano, but in vertical shape. And you see the notes name here. Some people say that we don't see the notes name on our piano roll. Then if you are not seeing the name of the notes on your piano roll, what you can do is that you can go to this section and go to view, and thereafter notes, keyboard style, and key labels. Here in key labels, you have to click on all notes. If you will click on none, then notes name will go disappear. And if you will go to view and thereafter key labels and all notes, you will see the name of all the notes on your keyboard. So you can make music easily after that. So this is these were the toolbars which are extremely useful while you will make beats using piano roll. Now we'll see the controls which we will get in the bottom. Here are the controls. We get pen control, velocity control, release control, cutoff frequency control, resonance control, fine pitch control. Okay, so I have already told you while we were seeing how to use the channel rec that only three option are important while we make beat: the pen option, the velocity option, and the panning option. Okay, so here we have the pen option. Okay, and I will click on this thing, and I can change the pen accordingly like this. Okay, now you will see that the panning will happen, and I can also change the pen in form of lines. Okay, here like this. So if I will do this thing, pitch, if I will do like this, then I can make patterns. And if I will go to this option here, velocity is high, I can reduce the velocity of each and every note, single note at a time. I have selected something, you know. Let me deselect it. Okay. So I can reduce or increase the velocity of each and every note particularly, or I can increase or reduce the velocity all the notes by pressing shift and dragging the mouse like this. Okay, so the velocity will be equal for all the notes if you'll keep pressing shift and drag the mouse on them. So this is the thing, you can change velocity, pan and pitch from here. ठीक है, उसके बाद में after that, what we have next in playlist, what we have next in piano roll, we have nothing left in piano roll. I have explained each and everything to you, and we will see other things like these, the stamp tools and the helper tools, and these tools of legato and articulate, quick quantize. We'll see all of them in future videos. The strum tool, I will make chords and melodies, we'll use the strum tool. So we'll see these things while we'll make beats. So that's all for today's lecture. See you in the next lecture. Thank you very much for watching the video. Goodbye.